Alright, here we go. Now we're on the green start lights. And it's two Fords, me and the driver behind me. And again, I got a bad start. I started number 2. And now we're on the 3rd position. The Ferrari got past us. I was missing the start once again, like I did last time. So now, I really need to fight my positions even more this time than I had to do the other time. So, we in the front, 2 Fords, 1 Ferrari and 1 Mercedes in the leads, getting away from the cars behind really fast. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually feeling cool and awesome. It really feels something. I don't know how to describe it because, oh man, this was one of the best races I ever had for a long time in iRacing. This was basically with a Ford, for crying out loud. This time I managed to pressure all the speeds of the car I managed, and I also did a mistake there, went wide, hit the corner curbs, that managed to could have killed myself on that car with that curb at the Spa, but we managed to save it. So the Ford got past us, and that was happening right there as you saw at the downhill. So what I had to do now is to stick very close to that Ford in front in hope that he will drag me to the lead drivers, because I lost a little bit of space and speed due to my mistake at the downhill. Now we are arriving at the final chicane to the start-finish line. And again, we drivers in front are really getting away from the drivers behind. But that won't last long, because we are all doing mistakes, and that has to happen time to time, you know. Alright, it's nothing more happening during these laps forward, so let's skip a few laps around. Alright, same lap, no laps further forward. So what is happening here will blow your mind. Or probably not blow your mind, but there's a mistake happening on. And I think that would be on the Mercedes mistake, because he's the lead car. He went wide, going back in and spinning the Ford. And I had to stop by and get past and get caught up by the drivers behind. So now 1 Ford versus 4 Ferraris. I say again, 4 Ferraris behind. 1 Ford versus 4 Ferraris. Beat that. We got a blinker behind us. So now I am really stressed out because of that Mercedes mistake, spinning the other Ford around, and I have to defend my positions against all the Ferraris behind me. So what I had to do now is to go fast in the corners and get fast possible away from the drivers behind, and get close to the Mercedes in front and let him drag me around the track. If I don't manage that, I will lose more positions than I would hoped for. So I need every corners to be hit perfect, every stretch to be manageable in defense, and try to trick the other drivers to do the mistakes behind me, because they will try to follow me around of my driving line. So I try to make mistake moves in my head to manage them to do slower turns in order so I can get further ahead, because they can't follow me wherever I go and choose. And I went very far out there, 1x, and it's the second X we got on this race. As you can see now, we are making a gap from the Ferraris behind, but it is not safe yet, because you know, anything can happen in a race. I can do a mistake, the Mercedes in front can do a mistake, and the Ferrari in the lead will also maybe do a racing mistake. But as we can see now, nothing more will happen around, because now it's all just chase and chasing and chasing until the final laps. So we'll just skip a few more laps ahead. So allow me to do so. Alright, now we are the second to last lap. And now I'm really chasing the Mercedes in front. We have gotten away from the Ferraris behind. As you can see, they are really far behind. Thanks, because I managed to get close to that Mercedes, because he's doing mistakes in turns, and I allowed him to drag me around the track to get further ahead of the Ferraris behind. So that is what was happening in between the skipped laps that I did, just getting closer to the Mercedes and getting further away from the Ferraris behind. So at this very moment I'm 5 to 6 seconds ahead of the Ferraris and less than a second behind the Mercedes. And he went really wide around that corner. He's trying to use as much track as he possibly can just to gain more speed, to get away from the Ford that's gaining on him. And we are at least on third position. And we have been there for quite a long time now. And I really feel sorry for the other Ford that got wrecked by the Mercedes, which is not a good thing. And look at this. Look at how much I'm trying to push this car around just to really try to find my position for second, to get back in second where I started. And it's final lap. It's the white flag. Not yet, I guess. Nope, not white flag yet. We have a few more laps to go. And this time we will not skip any more at this very moment, because it's few more laps. Let me see. It's one more lap after this one. We're on 8th lap. And it ends on lap 9 to 10. Now we are really close to the Mercedes. Really close. And look at him. He's doing a mistake. He's spinning and hitting the wall. And we got a second place back in our positions. And he did that next to last lap. And now I got really anxious and nervous, because I have no car to help me to drag around for the draft. So what I had to do now is to increase my own speed all alone to get away from that Ferrari behind, as you can see behind there. Because he was catching and I was slowing down. Because I'm nervous and not thinking straight, what am I supposed to do now? So I keep doing more mistakes and further more mistakes. But at this very time, I managed to get back into my mind and increase my speed in every corner on the very last lap. Even I tried to save every single turn and track to not to spin. Now we're entering the chicane to the start finish line, going to the stretch. We see the Ferrari in the lead. And now we are on the final white flag lap. Now I really have to try to survive in order to maintain my second position, where I started with a Ford, which I really can't stop saying. With a Ford. And here we go. Now we are on the second long stretch after the start finish line, and we can see the Ferrari. He is trying to get into my draft, but is too far behind. He's at least 4 to 5 seconds behind. Even it doesn't look like so, but he is that far behind, as much as I am behind the driver in front, 5 to 6 seconds behind. I'm trying to use as much track I can use in order to gain more speed around the corners and get better exits. And I really didn't want more X's to do or get any more X's, because I could get disqualified if I get hit by another car at this very moment. So I had to be sure, if I get 2 X's now by spinning, I am disqualified. I'm out of the race. It happened before, so I don't want that to happen. I didn't want to lose my second position. And here we go. We are finally at the final stretch to this first and last chicane to the start finish line. And yes, we managed to get through there. And here we go. Our second position behind the Ferrari, in front of 4 or 10 other Ferraris behind. And there we go. We got a second position. And I tell you, I'm really happy with my results. It was all about the survival at this very race. And there you go. That was the whole race for this. And here is the sum of the lap times. That's my qualify. Laps, there you go. My fastest lap time was 2:19.478. That was my fastest lap within the draft behind the Mercedes. I think this was at least behind the Mercedes, these two here. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please take care of COVID-19. Wash your hands, don't catch it. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.